What up? It's your boy Daimyo, longtime Clash Royale player, first time YouTuber, and we are going to be playing Lumberloon today. I feel most comfortable with Lumberloon in general. Hopefully the more videos I make, the more that will change because I plan on doing different decks across videos. But yeah, we're going to be doing Lumberloon Earthquake with Evolved Cannon and some cycle cards. So let's get into it. We're going to be doing the new seasonal trophies. I've never gone past 10,000, so we will see how that goes. And we are facing yes from, I'm going to say that's Japanese. I typically take the approach of just waiting it out and seeing if the other person will make the first move, even if it's something small. So he's going to put an Ice Spirit in the back. I'm just going to counter that by oh, he's got Rocket. That is not going to be good for Lumberloon, especially if I just want to keep Lumberlooning at the bridge. Ice Spirit for some chip damage like he was trying to do. He's going to defend that with some bats. That's good. That's a +1 elixir exchange for me. Building up that elixir, I could just go for a Barbarian Barrel at the bridge if I'm going for chip damage. I could also Earthquake him. Okay, he is a hog player. So that should be pretty easily countered by the cannon, and let's try Lumberloon at the bridge again. One of the things about this deck is it's a pretty quick cycle deck, so I should be able to get back to that Lumberloon quite a few times, which is going to be the biggest scare tactic about this deck. The thing about the new Furnace is that his range is a little further than a cannon's, which really bothers me. Okay, wow, he's just letting the Lumberjack lock onto that tower. So the key thing for me at this point, I've realized, is once I've built a lead, it's just not blowing it. I find that to be incredibly difficult sometimes. We're going to Barb Barrel at the bridge and just try to get some chip damage. Is he given up? It feels like he's given up. I'm going to test to see if he's given up. Yeah, he's definitely given up. Okay, well, we're just going to run through this guy then and then start the next battle. In the meantime, I'm thinking about what the next decks I'm going to be are. I'm going to be using Royale API, but I'm thinking of doing a Hog Rider deck next. Obviously playing a little better than Yes is. I guess just not giving up in general is playing better. Cool. Alright, well, moving on. We're going to do the next battle. I actually don't know anything about this seasonal. Oh, wow, you get 150? Okay. I've only ever seen battles where you win and then you get 30 trophies, so 150 was actually kind of surprising. I don't know if there are rewards for this path. I'm assuming there are, especially since they are seasonal. I guess we will see after we do a few battles. I'm basically ripping off another Clash Royale YouTuber right now who goes by Ken. And basically just the format is head on this side, Clash Royale on this side, and then doing about 3 or 4 battles in a video. Okay, cool. So I got the Lumberloon landing on the other side. He really doesn't get much. Can I get the tower activation here? I can. Gonna go for some chip damage. But yeah, if you haven't watched Ken, very entertaining. Highly recommend. Go check him out. Okay, he's just sending a prince in from the back. Is he gonna send something in front? This is what I mean about just not blowing it sometimes. Oh, he's got a mirror too. Sometimes I have the inclination to say, hey, he's going from the back, so I should try to counter that and just push from the other side. But I have a lead. I should be focusing on defense. One of the things I find difficult about a Lumberloon deck is I feel like it's very offense heavy. Like right now, I don't know, I'll go for chip damage again. But I don't feel that there's really like strong defense over here that I can lay back into, because the Lumberjack is a very fast card, so you can't really counteract a slow card like the Furnace. Same thing here with the Prince. Like, that's not really, it could be a defensive card. He's not playing it defensively, and he's playing it all the way in the back, and it's rushing across the field, and he's not able to land it. But he's also not giving it any support, which I'm not sure what he thinks is going to happen if you just send a Prince out without support, because it can be countered by skeletons, you know? And if you're exchanging 1 for 5 on a regular basis, that's just not good Clash Royale. But yeah, there's 30 seconds left on this one. We're up 1-0. He really does not have any offensive plays, I think, that could surprise me at this point. Just splitting the skeletons at the back in case he has a Prince that he wants to send through. I'm just going to send another Lumberloon through, because if he has to focus on defending for these last 10 seconds and there's a 0% chance, I didn't even have to use the Earthquake this entire time. I'm going to send it just so he knows I had it. But yeah, I don't know what his strategy was. He didn't really have a win condition. But okay, Earthbend down. Let's do 2 more, because the first guy just gave up. Okay, Saneplo from Uruguay. I probably could have gotten away with just putting the cannon there. Well, I definitely could have gotten away with just putting the cannon there. But if he does have a push that comes through, so he has the Firecracker there. If the cannon's still alive, then the Firecracker will draw out a King Tower activation. I just gotta, yep, there we go. That wasn't great planning on his part. So we're gonna do another Lumberjack at the bridge. We still haven't had enough to do a full push with the balloon this round, but the Lumberjack locks on tower and gets some damage there. So I guess part of when I'm trying to figure out how do I just not blow it when I get a lead, I think it's when do I lean back into defense, and part of me wants to say it's just when I have a certain amount of lead. I think it could honestly be as small as just like a few hundred HP of lead, but I don't know. I'll start playing around with that and be more intentional about it. Anyway, we got another Hog Rider player, which just, I don't know. I don't know if he just doesn't know how to use Hog Rider. I feel like Hog Rider pairs really well with Musketeer, and you have to have some kind of big spell, like a Fireball, or at least a Snowball or something. You know, I have not gotten the Balloon and Lumberjack out together. I feel like he was hiding that Tesla because he knew that I had a balloon. I don't know if he knew I had the Quake, though. Oh, he's going to get a hit there because I played Lumberjack instead of Cannon. Let's do Evolved Ice Spirit in the lead, so he'll take some hits and maybe even freeze the tower. Oh, okay. Interesting. We got the, what is it called? The Royal Recruit in the box. He's called Royal Drop-Off. That's not right. Evolved Cannon to take out the Firecracker. No, Firecracker's not going to move forward in time. Oh, he has a Quake too. That's interesting. Okay, so yeah, I should be playing Cannon plus Lumberjack then. So I played the balloon in the back. We got the Quake to take out the Tesla, and then we've got the other balloon that cycled through in time, which is actually going to land a hit on the tower now. Okay, can we cycle back to Cannon in time? We cannot. We're going to take a... Oh, no, we didn't take a hog hit. Sweet. Okay, that's going to die upon crossing the bridge. I might be too aggressive right now. He's going to do the Tesla. Oh, I think I missed the Tesla with that Earthquake. That's embarrassing. I'm sorry you guys had to watch that. We get the Cannon down in time, but he has the Earthquake, so he's still not going to get a hog hit. Oh my gosh. That's brutal. I feel like I should just start Earthquake cycling. It would take 3 Earthquake cycles. Oh my gosh. Okay, so that was brutal. I'm sorry you guys had to watch that too. Okay, so the question is, can I maintain defense and earthquake cycle? I'm going to take a bet and say yes. Oh no, it's going to be 3 more earthquakes. All right, I still think we can do this. Yeah, we can do this. GG. That was closer than I thought it was going to be for how big of a lead I had earlier. But I think that's the thing about when you rely on cycling a spell at the end to win, especially if you have to cycle it 4 times like I just did. Um, you have to have enough leeway, and you need to be able to predict whether that leeway is enough to cycle the amount of times you have. Fortunately, I have a lot of cycle cards in this deck, which makes it easier. Okay, so we get so he spent 5 on that, 5 elixir, and I really just took that bats, but then I also spent 9 on the Lumberloon push. So that was 11 elixir. He's also got, oh my gosh, I didn't pull the Inferno Dragon away. This is what I mean. That cannon can't reach the Inferno Tower, not Inferno Tower, the furnace. So the furnace is just able to take that whole cannon down. But that's good. So we got a little bit of damage on that run. I think that was just the balloon bomb damage. I'm gonna play, fortunately Giant pushes my Lumberjack back over the bridge so that his tower can't take it out. Ideally I would have been saving that Barbed Barrel for the Skeleton Barrel. This is not going well. I find that the furnace, it's either really OP or I'm just really bad at addressing it. It's probably the latter. Although there's a lot of the top players in ranked who use Evolved Furnace, so I feel like it is kind of a broken card. And I know that because I built a tool using the Clash Royale API showing how many how many top players use a given card, and then also out of the amount of cards used, how many of them are the evolved version. Okay, so this guy is playing, Brian Rojas is playing basically just try to get as many cards down as he can kind of deal. Or I should say, there's definitely a word for that. Not as many cards down as you can. It's the small troops. Yeah, Inferno Dragon just had nothing for that. I'll have to look up that word after, but basically not get as many cards down. It was the Goblin Curse, transforming my skeletons and my bats into goblins. Yeah, that makes more sense. Okay, cool. Well, that was GG's for today. My first time going up, what is it called? August Arenas. And I will see you guys next time.